If anybody can describe the month of April, I would say it was akin to a mystery box. Ever since 3 banks went out of business, people had bated breath to see what would happen next. While no bank collapsed in the entirety of April, as soon as May started, First Republic Bank went under FDIC ownership and then was sold to JP Morgan. In addition, the Federal Reserve implemented its decision to raise rates by a quarter point at the start of May as well. In today's report, we will evaluate the stability of the housing market and the impact of recent events in April's market report. Before we start, don't forget to subscribe and follow me on other social media platforms for more real estate content. Now let's begin. First up is the median sales price. April clocked in at $410,000, which is 1.2% less than March. Year over year, the increase has been marked at 5.7%. This is the second month in a row that monthly sales prices have declined, but what implications does this have going forward? Now we go to inventory in the Las Vegas Valley. April shows up at 10,340 units, a 0.1% increase compared to March. April of 2022 displayed a difference of 69% for the yearly comparison. While inventory increasing monthly was something to be expected, it has noticeably slowed down. What could this indicate? We now cover pending transactions where a seller accepts a buyer offer and the transaction goes into escrow. April sits at 32,722 units being under contract, marking a decrease of 1.5% when compared to March. April of 2022 had a difference of 34.8% year over year. We go from pending to the final stage of an escrow, which is closed transactions. Simply put, these are the number of home transactions that finish escrow and transfer home ownership to the buyer. April clocks in at 32,915 units closing, marking a decrease of 4.2% when compared to March. April of 2022 showed a difference of 35.5% year over year. We now go to our final stat, which is median days on market, or in other words, how long it takes for a listing to go live on the market to an accepted offer. April sits at 19 days on market, which is 3 days more than March. Annual gains show a decline where it took 8 median days to sell in April of 2022. As the months go on, we see that the days on market are increasing at a considerable, consistent pace. Alright, I'm going to cover the notable developments, then give you some trends to look for in the future. Some things are going to sound like a broken record, but some developments will be new. The seller's market is still present like before, but it's no secret that its strength is steadily dropping at a slight pace. Contract activity continues to decline, and the days it takes for a property to go under contract is increasing at a noticeable rate. Not to mention, April makes it the second consecutive month where the median sales price has dropped. Despite all these negatives to the seller market, one factor has held up the seller's remaining leverage like Hercules holding up the heavens, and that is inventory. Inventory is surprisingly still low relative to current buyer demand, especially with some sellers hesitant to list their homes and new home builders lowering their output in the midst of the buyer slowdown. In addition, the pace at which inventory increases month to month has taken a considerable hit, hinting the possibility that current inventory may peak soon. To get the best results, listing at fair market value will give sellers the best chance at getting multiple offers in the shortest amount of time. For buyers, there are positives. The previously mentioned factors of declining contract activity, increasing days on market, and a falling sales price all come together to give the buyers more leverage in the potential negotiation. While rates will be the primary factor in how affordable home ownership is, falling sales prices can act as a secondary assist to affordability. However, affordability continues to be a persistent problem for buyers due to inflation being stubbornly high and the Federal Reserve just implementing a rate hike. Not to mention, the possibility that inventory numbers might be peaking takes some leverage away from buyers. Again, there might be minor breaks in affordability week by week as the mortgage market speculates the future, but nothing consistent has been reported thus far. Now, as always, keep your eye on the Federal Reserve. With the most recent rate hike decision, the Federal Reserve has hinted that they're entertaining a pause in rates if inflation continues to ease at its current pace. However, at the same time, they have also said they are prepared to continue rate hikes in case inflation doesn't ease. Given that the biggest drop in inflation occurred from February to March, there's a basis to be optimistic, but keep your eye on the inflation reports just in case. The next inflation report on April's inflation numbers will come out on May 10th. Well, that wraps up April's market report. If you have any questions about real estate, please don't hesitate to contact me over the phone, email, or of any of my social media platforms. This is Oscar SanJuan with Vegas Strong Real Estate Group, signing off.